Guys, we're joined today by Mark Lagerkvist. Mark is an investigative reporter with NJ Watchdog. You are chasing a story about corruption within the Christie administration. You've got your own phrase now, and we've got Bridgegate, and you're talking about what you call Doublegate. What do you got?
Well, what we have is Lieutenant Governor Guadagno, when she was the Monmouth County Sheriff, gave misleading statements that allowed one of her chief aides to improperly collect a pension he wasn't entitled to on top of his salary. After we did the story, a state pension board asked the state to start a criminal investigation. They did start the criminal investigation, but the investigation was assigned to the state's Division of Criminal Justice. Guadagno used to be the deputy director of DCJ. It was a conflict of interest. Governor Christie had the constitutional power to appoint a special prosecutor. He didn't. We don't know what happened to the investigation. 3 years later, nobody said anything. We don't know whether it's open or closed. They refused to release any records, even though I'm currently suing them in Mercer County Superior Court.
Now, Mark, do you think this is part of the reason why the lieutenant governor has been very tight-lipped about the whole Bridgegate controversy? Hank Flynn chased her down at an event, the swearing-in of the mayor of Robbinsville, asked her a couple questions, and she really wouldn't comment on the whole Bridgegate fiasco. Hank, you were there with her.
So I wanted to give her the opportunity to answer up as the second in command of the state government. I did have to follow her out of the building. This administration, one that's really only inclined to communicate on its own terms and not on yours or mine.
The deeper you go into this investigation, it's not just individuals. It's not just Lieutenant Governor that's not speaking. It seems like it's institutionalized. I mean, now we're seeing it at the Port Authority. We saw it at the DEP before. You've seen it as you investigated pensions. Is this going to grow to the point where it's defining the entire administration, not just a handful of people?
I think the entire administration has already been this way for quite a while, and now with Bridgegate and other things, we're actually seeing evidence of this at work.
Is this really a reflection of a particular administration, though, or isn't this just a reflection of politics as usual?
Well, it is politics as usual. The ironic thing, of course, is Governor Christie portrays himself as somebody who's above politics, who doesn't do politics as usual.
Mark, is some of this just about giving the administration a black eye? I mean, Chris Christie's taking a lot of heat now from the Democrats, even though he did come out, hold a press conference and say, look, I didn't know, and I've been honest, and I fired people. And now, is that the same thing with the lieutenant governor? Are you just going after her because she is potentially going to succeed Governor Christie?
We've been chasing this story long before this was going on. It just so happens that the pieces fell in a certain way that now it looks this way. But I've been chasing this story